Hello, today it's the 7th day of our modern classical fencing summer camp, so only one and a half day to go. Today we did something different because we were learning how to use gentleman's stick and some bartitsu fighting techniques. Of course, we used fake gentleman's sticks because with real one you could really harm your partner if he didn't do the technique well. We have special sticks. I don't know how exactly they are made, but they are very light, and when you hit too hard, then they break in a safe way. So when you hit too hard, they break instead of breaking your partner. So this is really a good tool for training this sort of stuff. For those of you who do not know, that bartitsu is a European martial art which use gentleman's sticks, fists, knuckle something, knives and stuff like that. It's really cool, and it's very useful in modern classical fencing because, as you probably already know, we fight with our weapon, of course, but also full contact fight is also allowed, so it's handy to know some at least basics of it, even if you don't want to go into close full contact fight, then sometimes your opponent do this and you have to know how to handle such situation.
Tu, druga, czwarta, trzecia i wejście tutaj na siebie, tylko tyle, że przyłapiemy rękę i skręcamy się do wewnątrz z próbą uderzenia ręki jego plecy. Ćwiczymy.
If you remember my support man from previous videos, Marcin, he was very sad today because he overstrained his knee and he was walking with crouches today, and he couldn't do bartitsu techniques. What happened to you?
I made a lunch and it didn't go too well.
And
It hurts. And that's about it. And I have to dodge all this training with this gentleman sticks, or however you want to call them. And I really like those exercises. Or maybe I can and nobody will notice.
Today we got a special surprise from people who organize the camp, and we have a little contest. So we were divided into 4 groups, and every group have to create one picture or video about fencing. And then tomorrow we have time till tomorrow's evening, and then we will compare our projects and we'll see who will win. I don't know what the prize is, but it's already a lot of fun. I'm in a group with one girl and a boy who I don't know very well, but we cooperated really well. We already did our picture, and from our mixed ideas we created the vision. We will create a fencing version of Romeo and Juliet, but you need to families who hate each other. So we decided that the Juliet will be from from sport fencing, Olympic fencing family, and Romeo will be from modern classical fencing family. It is very easy to visualize because in Olympic fencing you have white jacket, white glove and white mask, and in modern classical fencing you have black jacket and all equipment is black. Luckily we have rooms with balconies, so Romeo was on one balcony and Juliet on the other. We also borrowed a bouquet of pink flowers from the dining room, and he had it in his rear hand, and it was really beautiful scene because we were on balconies and we crossed our weapons in between of these balconies, and Juliet had sport saber and Romeo had the AP we use in modern classical fencing. So I'm really excited about it because I think that we did really good job. I'm also a little bit worried because I had heard some rumors that the other team went to the meadow and did a video with cows, and as you know, cute animals usually win every contest. So I'm afraid that our poetic vision might be defeated, but I still have hope in my heart, and always we can go into their rooms and destroy the footage. I forgot to tell you yesterday about our adventures with another group. They arrived sometimes after us, and in general they are a really nice group. We don't mix too much because of the coronavirus. Everyone tries to be separate, but they are not loud. They train a lot, which I always appreciate. And yeah, they train, they eat, they train, they play card games, they train and go to sleep. Exactly the same as we do, and this is nice because it's like our soulmate group, because usually they have dance groups here or some other groups which I'm not sure what they do, because usually you can't see them training. They just sit in the dining room, eat and disturb the peaceful aura of this place. So usually we are the one who complain because every time the other groups drink till the night, and they are very happy and very loud, and they go back to their room shouting something to each other or singing songs. So this time we didn't have that problem. So we were very surprised when the chief of the Kung Fu group came to one of us. He thought that he came to our coach because in Poland usually, at least fencing coaches are fat with huge belly, full of experience, and sometimes they have mustache. So they found a guy who looked dignified, he was in proper age and had this lovely belly, and they told him that they would like to ask us to be a little bit quieter because the night before one of our friends, going back to his room, he saw the sky, and the sky was very beautiful and full of stars. And his hobby is looking at observing sky through his telescope, and he has a special app in his phone to track the stars. So he was very peacefully walking to his room with his friend, and then he saw this sky, and then it was Saturn on the sky in one line with Jupiter and Moon. And he was so full of joy that he shouted, "Look, there is Saturn on the sky in one line with Jupiter and the Moon." And Of course, he did it very, very loud, and then they excitedly started to compare the phone and the sky and talking about stars. So the chief of Kung Fu group asked us if we could be a little bit quieter when we are enjoying nature, because they try to sleep. Yeah, and the next day, when we were going back to our room, very quietly this time, he was going back too, and he asked us which star is the Saturn, but I couldn't tell him that because I wasn't the person who found it on the sky. As you can see, probably, today quality is much better than yesterday because I don't know how to say it, I put all files from my memory card into my laptop. Only 250 gigabytes of footage, and it was only the vlog, so you can see how heavy these files are. So this time we do it in a civilized way using camera and tripod, and it gives me much more satisfaction because if I have taken all, I don't know how to say it grammatically. I took it with me and I'm happy when I can use it. My room is a real mess, so please don't look at it. But usually I'm just too tired to do any cleaning or anything like that. And here I have my video stuff, which I use to record videos for you. Okay guys, that's all for today. I'm going back to socialize with everybody after the 3 months of lockdown. So remember to like my videos and subscribe the channel if you like it. And you can also visit my Patreon account. So goodbye and keep practicing. Haha,
Paproszka
stop.
masz na bluzce.
Paproszek.